preparation for the 2024 CHAN. We have Collins Okinyo, who will join me shortly from Kenya. So let's start from CHAN 2024 actually. Let's talk about Kenya's preparedness to host this particular continental football fiesta. Of course, a couple of days ago, there were fears that CAF might postpone CHAN 2024, of course, from due to the state of course, preparation from Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. But CAF decided to tell us that the draws will go ahead as planned on the 15th of January. That is what we understand. Let's, of course, see. Recently, CAF President Patrick Korir was in these 3 East African countries. He visited Nairobi, Kenya, was in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and of course went to Kampala in Uganda. And when he went to these 3 countries, he met, of course, with not just the local organizing committee in these 3 countries. He met also with the president of these 3 countries. He inspected the various sporting facilities that these 3 countries, of course, had submitted to host this particular CHAN tournament, which will run from the 1st to the 28th of February 2025. Patrick Korir and CAF is committed to having CHAN 2024 go ahead in February as initially planned. Now, these 3 countries are expected to use CHAN 2024 to prepare for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations that they will also be hosting. Let's take a listen to a number of the LOC now. Also, the LOC, of course, and the CAF president. A couple of things to say before we bring in Collins on the show this morning. At the end of this inspection that took place late last month, of course, when Dr. Patrick Korir visited these 3 countries. Let's take a listen now to those interviews, and then we'll bring in our guests from Kenya.
We appreciate also that you just didn't put pressure on us to deliver, but also you have been personally assisting us to make sure that we get the required standards. We have had the full support of the government of Kenya. His Excellency the President, whom you met earlier, has dispensed all the resources required to make sure that we are ready. And where goods would have been shipped by sea, we have decided that to ship them by air to make sure that everything is ready. And I can assure you that with the support of all government support, we are going to have deliver CHAN on time.
First of all, I'm very excited to see the progress across all infrastructure. We are also very delighted to host CAF delegation here in Kenya. I'm extremely delighted to get the assurance and the support of His Excellency, the President of our country, His Excellency William Ruto, and most importantly for our President here of CAF, it's his commitment and dedication that we've seen over the last couple of months. He's been to Kenya several times, and Mr. President, we are very grateful for the commitment, the support, the dedication that we've seen. We are going to be ready for this event. We are going to put one of the best shows that the continent has seen. This will be a critical launchpad for us towards AFCON 2027, and we will make all of you proud, not only Kenya, but the region and Africa as a continent.
So I leave Kenya with even more confidence and even more excitement that indeed there's huge progress. Like in any huge undertaking of this nature, there will always be challenges all over the world, including the hosting of the FIFA World Cup. So the conclusion for me is the challenges we've had, huge progress has been made to deal with those challenges, and I'm confident the next time I'll be here in Kenya will be for the CHAN. There's 19 countries will be here from all over the continent. There'll be media from all over Africa. And African football is also watched all over the world. And we are going to have the most successful CHAN in the history of this competition.
Yeah, of course, CAF president there, Dr. Patrick Korir. So that's what we are anticipating, that the CHAN will be a successful one. One of the teams that will be competing at the CHAN tournament is Nigeria's Super Eagles Team B. We are rooting for our team, of course. Let's go to Nairobi, Kenya now, and have Collins Okinyo, an African football journalist, join us. I know it's afternoon in Nairobi now. So good afternoon, Collins. Of course, good morning from Nigeria. Yeah? Good to have you join us on ADBN Sport this Tuesday afternoon in Nairobi.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you too. It's nice to be with you here. It's afternoon. It's about 12:08 now.
Yeah, of course, Collins also is a former member of the CAF Media Committee, so he will be sharing his thoughts with us. Now, let's talk about the state of preparedness of Kenya. A couple of days ago, there were fears all over the continent that CHAN 2020 might be postponed. But CAF shocked us by releasing the date for the draws. And they say it's on the 15th, of course, of this month. Share with us, how ready is Kenya for CHAN 2024?
Thank you so much. You see, at first, there were, you know, as you said, there were a lot of issues. Because, you know, the problem has been that with the government, we've had 3 ministers in the past 4 months. So, you know, that's a confusion because when government, you know, right now, the minister who was appointed was just appointed 2 weeks ago. The other minister stayed for like 1.5 months. So, you know, there's no consistency. But the president really wants this to be played. And Mosepe, as you have heard him saying, he really wants this to be played here. So the main stadium, which is the Kasarani Stadium, it has got, the pitch looks nice, but they're still finishing. But you see, for a particular tournament like CHAN, even if the Nyayo Stadium, that is the second stadium, is ready, I think that is what they're going to use. Because I totally support what you have said. CAF have released their memo saying that the draws will be in Kenya. If there was any postponement, definitely the tournament, no, the draws are not going to be here. But as at now, the Nyayo Stadium is ready. The pitch looks very nice. So what they are going to do is that if the Kasarani Stadium is not ready, then they'll probably ask Uganda or Tanzania to, because Kenya was the only country that was giving 2 pitches. So they'll probably ask Tanzania or Uganda to provide the other pitch. But definitely, Kenya, the Nyayo Stadium is going to be ready for the tournament to be played from the 1st to the 28th.
Interesting. Like you mentioned, of course, 2 venues in Kenya, 1 in Tanzania, 1 in Uganda. But we know that Tanzania and Uganda themselves are also struggling in terms of facilities. Maybe Tanzania has a stadium a little ready, considering the likes of Yanga Stars, Simba, of course, are using those stadiums for the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confed Cup. Now, apart from the Kasarani Stadium, let's talk about other infrastructure now. In terms of other infrastructure for CHAN, is Kenya ready? And then the new sports minister, you've mentioned that there have been so many changes of sporting minister in Kenya in the last few months. The new minister, what is he saying? And then the other infrastructure, are they ready for CHAN 2024?
In fact, thank you very much once again. You see, the handover for the new minister was done yesterday, basically a few days to CHAN. So he's a man that will have to understand the dynamics in regards to the preparation. But as you have said, there's the Nyayo Stadium that is just next to town, which is perfect. You know, they've been working on 24-hour basis. They are pushing to the limit. And there's one, I just want to rectify something. You said that Tanzania and Uganda have been struggling. Uganda have got a brand new stadium, very well polished. So Uganda, Tanzania, they are settled for that. The only issue was Kenya because we had 2 of them. But right now, as I'm looking at Kasarani Stadium, the canopy is what they're trying to build, but they've been doing it. The government made sure that they put some more contractors. And Nyayo Stadium is basically ready. When Mosepe was here, I think Mosepe also wants, you know, he wants the tournament to be played here because this is just like a case study for the 2027 AFCON Cup of Nations because this is a joint bid. No, in a joint bid, if you are pulling out one country, it means you have to pull out the other country. So it's not going to be easy as that, but as at now, as I can tell you firmly, the tournament is going to be there, and on the 15th, you're going to see the draws going. And then one fantastic thing is that also the training pitches that you are looking into, they have been made and they are ready also. That is an added advantage. So we just hope that for these remaining few days to fast, because there's a second inspection coming that was already started in Tanzania. So we hope to get get a proper feedback, because there's been a lot of sentiments of, oh, CAF is going to postpone, they're going to take it away from Kenya, but there's nothing at the point at this point with regards to that. So we are waiting for the final inspection that is coming up after Uganda, Tanzania. Then basically it will be good to go.
Okay, two quick questions now. Well, we know that this CHAN tournament, first, the Africa Cup of Nations itself was awarded to Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda a couple of years ago. It had to be postponed to allow, of course, the three countries to get ready. The same thing for the CHAN tournament. Why do you think that Kenya has been struggling to provide sporting infrastructure in the last few years? Because we know that this tournament was not awarded yesterday. And then, secondly, when is that final inspection going to take place, that we can be certain CHAN will go ahead?
So, to be precise, Kenya was awarded to 1996 AFCON that was postponed and given to South Africa. Remember, they won. Yeah. And then in 2018, Kenya basically was given the CHAN again. They couldn't manage, and Morocco took it up. So, you know, the problem in our region, the East African region, is not like West Africa. West Africa, the leadership, they believe in football. You go to a country like Cameroon, other things might miss, but football infrastructure is going to be there. You come to Nigeria, football infrastructure is there, but Kenya, there is that laxity. And then, you know, the politics that is put in place, like, oh no, this football is going to benefit the opposition people because the people like football. So that is what cost us in 1996. But this year is kind of been different. You know, that laziness from the government, because they don't see the value of football. But I think now their eyes are wide open, and the current president, Mr. Ruto, he's now started seeing that football is an important aspect of unity. Like right now, there's been a lot of things in Kenya. So the guy believes that this tournament has to be here to bring that peace, because a lot of Kenyans love football. And like in West Africa, you go to every country, look at Gabon. They might not have the best towns, but they have got several stadiums. So it tells you the leadership there, they know the importance of football in bringing unity. So I think also East Africa, they're coming to learn that. And once this infrastructure come in too, then I think things are going to be good.
Okay, let's talk about the preparation of the Harambee Stars now, the host team. I know that the Football Kenya Federation, they just had a new leadership. I've been following updates around them. And you just also mentioned that a new sports minister just resumed yesterday, Monday, of course, the 6th of January. And I also saw that the Harambee Stars went for a preparatory tournament, I think in Zanzibar recently. So already at the Harambee Stars to host the rest of the continent next month.
Okay. Of course, this is the Harambee Stars, the local players. Yes, they are in Zanzibar for the Mapinduzi Cup. And the first game they played against Burkina Faso, they drew. And today they are playing against Tanzania. Basically, it's going to be a good match. So their preparation are good. As you have said, yes, the country has got new leadership. So with new leadership, there's coming a new coach. The other coach left. So this coach will have to really determine a lot, because everything has changed. The federation has changed. The technical bench has changed. So we want to see, are the results going to change also? Because the results have not been good in the previous year. So CHAN is good for them, because now as co-host, I think it's time for them to also prove themselves as they prepare for AFCON 2027, because of course definitely they'll not be there at AFCON 2025 in Morocco.
Okay, finally, Collins. Of course, a couple of months ago, there were a number of issues around political issues anyway, and young people took to the streets of Nairobi and other parts of Kenya. And now Kenya is hosting the rest of the continent. Nigerians will be coming. Of course, what is the government doing, from what you've seen, to ensure that is the security within the 1 month period? What is the local organizing committee saying to ensure that some of the incidents we saw recently in Nairobi, we don't see them? And if Nigerians decide to go to this tournament, apart from our team going and say, I want to go and watch CHAN, what is the LOC saying, and the government that their lives will be protected, and they will come back in one piece?
Yeah. No, I get your point, but one thing you have to know, that Kenyans love Nigeria. Nigerians are, when it comes to football, when it comes to Nigerian music, Nigerians are on top of us. So sometimes, there might be few instances, but Kenya is one of the most peaceful countries. They're very we are very stable security-wise. So I think it's important that people must come.
Okay.
Nigerian fans are here. Nigerians are everywhere in Kenya. Nigerians are everywhere in the world. So I think it's time to celebrate football. And then there's nothing as better as football. Look at countries like Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
What brought peace? It is football. You know, football is something that really comes. In fact, me, I'm happy because the situation has been kind of volatile politically, and I feel that football is going to calm down the temperatures because people love the beautiful game. So I think no one should be worried. The LOC are prepared well, though they've come in, they're prepared. The government will not want any embarrassment.
Yeah.
So I believe this is the time that they're going to show their capability in readiness for 2027.
Okay, thank you so much, Collins Okinyo. When we get close to Chan again, maybe after the draws, we host you on the show. Thank you so much, Collins Okinyo, African football journalist, a former member of the CAF Media Committee. Do enjoy the rest of your day, of course, in Nairobi, Kenya.